Alright. Welcome back, guys. It's part 25. I'm just a little tired, so bear me with this. It's not gonna suck. If it sucks, I'll turn it off like prematurely, but let's do it. Her body still quivers. Tiny shakes that makes my heart feel like it's going to stop and give every time that they happen too much. I take care to give her room to breathe, no matter how much of an uncomfortable position it puts me in. Her sense is enough to bring me at ease. Golden flowers, marigolds, buttercups, and daffodils. I'm not sure if she smelled this way because I surround us with them whenever I can, or because she's wearing the perfume I gave her last Christmas.
There we go. Now, are we comfy?
She nods her head weakly, a smile barely making its way on her lips. I'll be ready to fulfill for any request she has. Anything to make this easier for her. Anything to make her happy. But when she next speaks, I can feel my breath catch in my throat.
Sing me a lullaby.
A lullaby? Of course, I can do that.
I know I've done so many things in my life that would justify a horrible end, but not Hannah. She doesn't deserve this. This is all too horribly familiar. To find myself in bed, clutching reverently to an ill beloved, wishing it isn't real and hoping it doesn't get any worse. To find myself screaming at the God I have long abandoned and forgotten. Not her. Not again. Take her and you will bloody rule. To have a lullaby share so that we can forget the pain and the fear.
Hush, my darling, don't say a word. I'm gonna catch you a mockingbird.
I don't know, guys. Do you guys found this disturbing? It's just the voice might not fit the look. I can hear her breathe, laugh, though she doesn't tell me to stop. If this amuses her, then that's fine. But her breathing soon evened itself out. A good thing too. And before I knew it, she's fallen asleep. If only it would be so easy, as easy as for me. I certainly don't envy her, but I don't particularly like how my mind runs right now. Battered and afraid, clutching at straws and asking myself if I really let myself fall apart at this moment. It's alarming how just the thought of losing her can break me. Pregnant will not.
And if that mockingbird don't sing, I'm gonna get you a diamond ring.
I've already lost my mother, the only other woman I truly love in my life, and without knowing then as a young man, that wound a greater part of me. I'm now aware how scared I am, for lack of a better term. Scarred. So he's scarred? And if anything ever happened to Hannah, well, I don't know what I'd do after the fact. Would the loss drive me insane? Would I become mad and swear bloody vengeance on the world that deserved less than her? Would I end up drowning in sorrow and guilt until I ate up and drinking it one night and figure a bullet's a good way to go? Will perish the thought. Would I become my father, who one had no love for anything, not others or even objects or itself? The vain, glorious Mongol that work for the sake of succeeding and search for happiness that will never come.
And if that diamond ring turns brass, we're gonna go to fields of grass.
For a long time I was with that man, wasn't I? Pursuing gold and glory and nothing else. Bloody hell, I even started courting Anna for the money her family had. She was a mark to be intent. But she was just too bright. And I don't mean intelligent, though she is certainly that too. No, she is bright in a manner that she can bring such sunshine in anyone's dreary life. I thought I wouldn't need to put on a mask with her, just like with all the others. But if anything else, she made it feel so constricting, suffocating, that I put off the mask on my own. I had wanted to be myself around her, just as though she was willing to show her real self to those around her. It wasn't some sudden realization. There was no eureka moment. It just happened.
And in those fields where we roam, we'll take daffodils for our home.
We'll meet up and talk about business, but then those could only last for so long after a few dozen dates. We ended up talking about other things, little things that didn't seem to matter so much, inconsequential things that one would end up forgetting in the grand scheme of things. Good food, good music, dogs, the film we saw, the books we have read while we were apart, and places we want to go. Things that weren't important suddenly are. It confuses me so much, but I was happy. And at some point, I told myself that this was a woman that I wanted to spend my life with. Then I would forget that a lot. It was out of some misguided need to be my own person, to not be defined by anyone else. I refused to put her on a pedestal to make her the center of my universe. Married or not, we were our own person at the end of the day. But I'll forget to, at the very least, remember that she was there with me.
And if those daffodils die and wilt, we'll still have the home that we built.
She made me better as I was, and still to an extent. Still the son of the bitch that was something to prove. I forget it again and again, no matter how hard I try. I'll spend extra hours at office for something or another, to have favorable stocks, to take care of a debt or something that'll even bring work home if I haven't gone to drink and destroy my liver. I'll flaunt the riches, some of which I even rightfully mine in the first place, and lure myself. Damn it! I pressed too fast. Because that's how I prove myself. When I don't even have to prove myself to Hannah, sometimes I wonder, have we met under different circumstances? Had I grown a different way? Would all this be any better? Would we be any happier?
Good night, my sunshine.
Now there's a thought. Mommy, what happened? What? You're wiggling and shaking. You wouldn't stop even if I was shouting. I'm so sorry I shouted at you, Mommy.
Shh, don't cry. My little ball of sunshine's not supposed to cry, is he?
Wow.
Don't you worry. Mummy is just a little sick, but she'll get better. I've got a new job now, and I can get medicine again, okay? And we'll buy some bread pudding, too, while we're at it.
Please don't do that again, Mommy. It's scary.
It's okay. I'm here. You've got nothing to fear. But you have to be brave, too, Lucille. Even when I'm not around. Be brave.
I choke back a scream and wake up in cold sweat. With my heart pounding in my ears, it takes a while to remember where I am. What the? In the dark and the cold room, one can fault me for feeling ill at ease. It isn't as bright as the penthouse at the renovations did little to change how old it feels. We've been here for less than a week. It'll take a bit more time to adjust. It's hard to feel cozy though when I'm bloody freezing. Nudging the fabric next to me, I sigh.
It's cold. Don't hug the sheets, Hannah.
She always did this though, it hardly bothers me. Growing up, I was lucky to have something to use as a mattress. I'm not the only one who grew up accustomed to Egyptian cotton with a thread counting of 800. Besides, the warmth that Hannah explores her own is usually enough to keep me asleep throughout the night. The temperature tonight must be something else with how chilly it is right now. I must be considerate, after all the poor dear is ill, though I loathe to think about it that had just transpired.
Don't make me pull those sheets off you. That blanket is large enough to cover an elephant. You need to share.
It takes a while.
What was that, honey?
What?
Apologies. I'm just in the loo, so if you can give me a moment.
Oh shit! There's no sign that they were moving where they lie. With care, I go for what? What the hell's going on? I go for a knife hidden under the side of my bed. It would be foolish of me to instigate anything while I'm unarmed after all. To pull back the covers will be a more difficult affair, because reaching out to uncover who was underneath, I have to be prepared for anything and assume the worst. If I've so much seen the nozzle of a gun, there's going to be murder tonight. I know they say not to bring a knife to a gunfight, but I think I can sink a bullet in his liver faster than he can point and aim. I see the razor pull the sheets, though it could easily mistaken as the fall of the breeze. I heard their breathing. A great sense of foreboding comes over me, making me hesitate with my plan. I should just get Hannah and myself out of here, not looking back, and let security handle it. That's what they're here for. Well, maybe I should just man up, and there's no way I'm risking a chance that inaction would put Hannah in danger. But what's worse that can happen, right? I have no reason to be afraid. There's no boogeyman under the bed, no monster in the closet. If anything, these things shouldn't be afraid of me, right? I grab a fistful of sheets and throw them aside. Oh shit. Is it a quick QTE moment? Oh no. Nothing but a hunch of pillows stare back at me. Really? Must be my imagination. I'd rather not think about why I'm going mad. That could very well be the stress getting to me. Oh, this damn drama with Hannah. I've been doing well these years. All things considered, I guess I do have a breaking point. But still, the world goes on even if one cannot. I must go along with it. I suppose a day or two tomorrow wouldn't hurt. Rest aside from a few hours of sleep and be welcome more than. But I can't shake out the unease. I dare say that I'm afraid, irrationally so, that something will come crawling from under the bed, even as I lay back down and close my eyes. Okay. The odd dream don't linger, thankfully, but with the morning comes another disturbance. Both too loud and too sharp for my taste, and I have very fine taste. When the piercing ring of the doorbell reaches even the bedroom, I'm very much inclined to think the person who built this place lacked any sense of it. Perhaps the only thing good is in this is the ruckus has chased away the kneading guilt from last night's commotion, if only temporarily. Still, there's a bloody noise distraction. I can tell already it's going to be a long day. It hasn't even started. Before the racket even lasts another minute, I'm peeling myself off the bed and heading straight for the main door. There'll be a murder today if it doesn't let up. How quaint. It seems everything in this blasted universe is intent on getting on my nerve as of late.
Gordon Bennett! Only a Nancy would knock at such an ungodly hour!
In the first place, I should be the one doing this. This is why I hired a valet, for fuck's sake.
Where's that damn butler when I need him?
I'll be honest, if only for today. With the mansion as quiet at this hour of the morning, it's easy to believe those little ghost stories might be real. But the only horror here is the news that Hannah has brought forth yesterday and the very idea of me being a father. Neither of the definitely signs with a bitching chill, biting. Oh, not. Alright, this is gonna be a short episode, right? I'm catching myself not reading the words properly now. Biting the chills. Oh, damn it. Spreading across my every room in the place. My wife's pregnant, bloody bollocks. There's no place for fear when there's another set of problems already spurned that fuel. So I waited for another second. With no butler still answer my calls, I simply yanked the door open myself, perhaps with more force than needed. Oh, you. And maybe it should be appropriate there, considering the person on the other side of the hour. He dare appear on my doorsteps, even when someone half a brain knows not to disturb anyone this early. Brief confusion quickly gives way to anger. And before the bloody photographer can even get a word in, I'm hurling venom at him. It's less than he deserved, really. Hannah would disapprove, scold me for treating the photographer with such a disrespect. If she hears me right now, she seems to be fond of him. After all, despite meeting with only once or twice, he's merely doing his job, she'll say. But she's not here, isn't she? What she doesn't know.
You? How the hell did you get in here? What in 7 hells do you want? It's bloody 6 in the morning!
Listen, sir, I know this is not a good time.
Oh, it's not a good time. Did you even check the clock before coming here? I bet you didn't.
This is still my home. My rules also apply to this place as much as Hannah do. As simple as that.
Unlike you, the ones living in this house need to sleep.
It just so happens it's also a person I'll never take a liking to. No need for remorse.
Come back when people are actually awake, or I'll call security on you.
He continues to shouting even as I slam the door in his face. Some nonsense about the news lately, though I don't understand most of it. However, with the closed door muffling the better part of it, and with no ears to listen, his tirade doesn't last too long. Eventually he leaves and silence once again fills the room, as it should. In hindsight, maybe I should also call for psychiatric services. He certainly sounds mental just screaming like that. A suspicious man like him left roaming in the immediate grounds, nothing good can come of it. But if his presence would indeed bring a problem, a sign of bad things to happen, I'll probably know soon enough. Worst comes to worst, Johannes will take care of it if needed. If need be, that's what I'm praying him for. In the meantime, the bigger problem on hand. It's only a whim that I chose to cook. What? Really? Sure, I have a lot of other things I could have done instead, but cooking distracts me so I can, and I do find it relaxing on the rare occasion that I step up to this task. Wow. Damn, Luke. On the tray, 2 plates of roti paired with the spicy beans, boiled eggs, hash brown, bacon topped with peppers, courgettes, and akis. I can't get back to sleep after my waking up earlier. Although I did think about drinking to get some 40 winks. I've changed my mind at the reminder that my very pregnant wife is sick in bed. I love my alcohol, no doubt, but there are times when even I shouldn't drink. As it is, I'm running on nothing but 2 cups of coffee. The surprise on Hannah's face is apparently the moment I step in our bedroom holding a breakfast tray, but it quickly changes to a look of delight as I place the tray on the bed.
Good morning. What's all this then? Oh, that does smell good.
I made breakfast. In hindsight, I probably should have prepared something a lot healthier for you.
Oh, don't you fuss. This is absolutely perfect. A little grease isn't going to kill me. Feels like forever since I last had your cooking.
I don't see what you're so enthusiastic for. I'm no master chef. I won't be too mad if you tell Johannes to cook something else for you. That just means more for me, of course.
Kid wiped the grin off my face when Hannah takes a bite and looks like she enjoys what I have made. It would be a lie to say I'm not glad or proud that I can make her happy, though perhaps I hadn't been able to do that as of late. But Hannah leads me now, and that counts for something, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't think I can finish this all. But I shouldn't I? After all, I am eating for 3.
What? Oh, she's having twins. I feel a terrible pit in my stomach at the reminder. I tried to fill said pit with food anyway, but bloody hell, I don't think I'm ready to raise a child, let alone 2 of them. There's nothing else that can be done other than to steel myself for fatherhood.
Speaking of you 3, what did Dr. Hobbs say? How are you and the babies?
The physician took some of my blood. I'll go through some other tests tomorrow to make sure we're fine. I know how you hate hospitals, so I asked Johannes to drive me there. That way you can have some alone time with Kylie too.
Admit it, you just want to leave me alone with a little tyke without any backup.
Don't be like that. You'll do fine, I'm sure. And she'll love spending the day with her fairy godfather.
Of course, I can just look at it as its practice. I do want to be a good father, right? Not like my own. Though I don't think any practical practice in being a parent would have helped him. He hadn't cared about the son he sired until he learned that he was ill and not long for this world. And even when he did find me, he still cared little. Wow! Damn, I definitely do not want to be like Damien Wright. Okay. So which one? It's true, what about Hannah, right?
I'm just worried about you, Hannah. You sure you don't want me to go with you to the hospital tomorrow?
That dropped. What the hell?
I'm just worried about the children, Hannah.
Oh, damn.
I know you can take care of yourself just fine. You're one tough cookie.
Look at you, already becoming a great father. One day, when the kids are all grown up, I'll tell them the story of how their dad is being a great big worrywart. Just leave being pregnant to me, alright?
My hand moved to Hannah's stomach, which has yet to grow too much beyond its usual size. There's some pudge hidden well behind the dress. I'm half expecting to feel something, perhaps a kick. As I always talk about how that sensation cements everything. Proof of life that goes beyond a growing belly. But, of course, it's far too early for that.
I still can't believe it, you know. I didn't think it would ever happen. We're going to have kids.
Uh-huh. That's the end of your life. A shame. I certainly need grounding. It would help me get my hand around what's going on.
How are you feeling about all of this?
I don't know how I feel actually. Worry is the first thing come to mind, and I don't think I'll ever stop feeling that. That's what brought this on, isn't it? And it will be awful for me to say I'm not happy at the news. Excited even. But that all did not stop from me feeling the same fear I had from when Hannah first told me of this. I was so afraid. Still am. I never gave the thought of being a father until now. I'm already afraid of them. For their safety in the world they would find themselves born into. I'm afraid for them because of me, the bastard who will be their father. The only consolation that counts to the mind is the fact that I will have someone like Hannah as their mother. Like I told Miss Pink, I never wanted to spawn anything, though I truly did not mean to call a child, even an unborn one, an abomination. Of all the people in this room, I'm the closest thing to being a monster after all.
I'm all right. You're good, so I don't see why I shouldn't be. I'm not the one carrying a pair of brats around in my belly, am I? Just think about it. 2 tiny humans are inside of you and you're going to swell up like a watermelon. If you can get through this, so can I.
I am afraid, but the smile that Hannah gives me enough to believe that everything will be fine. We eat the rest of our meals in companionable silence, and if I shove some food off my plate to Hannah's, she make no comments on it.
Come on then, sunshine. Eat up. Can't have any of you starving on my watch now, can I?
I said it in a joking manner, but I'm terribly serious about making sure they didn't starve in the very sense of the word. World? Or word? It's a word. I know it's a possibility to be lacking when it comes to food, how well off we are, but there are other things a person can be starved of. Affection. Attention. I can probably think of a third word that starts with the letter A, but I digress. With the A? Attention, affection. I don't know. Soon enough, I place are clean and I put them away. There's no objection to it either as a quiet yawn escapes her lips and her eyes start to droop. Indeed, the urge to sleep is high with having a full meal with an inviting bed. But sleep isn't what I want or need right now. I'm quiet as I can be when I make my exit. Tray of food in one hand, which I'm quick to pass off to Johannes as soon as I see him.
Johannes, look after her. I just need to get out.
Stretch my legs, clear my mind, I think. I don't think having screaming crybabies will give me the time for that once Hannah gives birth.
Is everything alright? Should I be worried?
I don't know. From Ashton's chapter, it seemed to be a murder. What was his? Johan? What the? Shuriken or something?
Everything is good. Really. Best I've ever felt in quite some time, I think.
Well, I think that's cause for concern. Shall I expect to find a corpse in need of cleanup?
I can only shake my hand and grin. The deadpan delivery both amuse me and make me wonder if he's joking or not. It can easily be half and half. There has been an instance or two where that did happen. What? Did it kill some people? But I don't give him an answer. Let him keep guessing and step out for a breath of fresh air. Gray skies loom over the horizon, though the sun fights for every precious minute it gets to stay. It'll rain again soon. with the wind bringing along the glooming clouds normal to Luxborn. Until then, it doesn't hurt to be out here for some fresh air and sunshine. I walked to the gardens, with a little bit there is at the moment anyway, and kneel by the daffodils. They were the first to be brought here in the planet on my request, and if nothing else, they brought here a sense of peace. They were mother's favorites. Closing my eyes, I lift my chin to welcome the light that shines upon me. And for a minute, I can imagine myself as one of the flowers, peaceful, blooming to all too happy to stand in its warmth. Wow, Luke surprisingly has a good side. Life would be much easier if we all like flowers, wouldn't it? But I did not step out here to get philosophical. I have no problems much more practical than figuring out the meaning of life, after all. Too many things have gone on these past few days, and I want to forget about them, even for just a moment.
It's almost All Saints, isn't it? To think I've almost forgotten.
I speak the words absentmindedly. The day means nothing to me, as I neither worship a religion nor have any grave to visit. After all, Mother was never given a proper burial. But it's a date as good as any for me to grieve. Otherwise, I would have done it so every single day, crippling myself and shutting everyone else out. I can remember how the flame licked at the flesh. Oh no! And how it consumed her body until there was nothing left but ash. A little personal story for me, like my grandma, in June she was also cremated. I saw her casket get sent into the fireplace. It was like really emotional. Like I was like crying like a little kid. Like I couldn't believe my hand can hold like my grandma's hand anymore. Her hands are like so tough. I remember when I was little, like my hands are so tiny. She wraps around me and just like it's a very difficult experience, I guess. I mean, I'm sore more like over it, but I guess I have a big part to like think what she like taught us and stuff. So no, I'm not gonna cry. I'm done playing that already. I stood there and watched with the operator, a social service worker, though I could have been alone for all I cared. I felt alone. It was the most that I could be done. No one would attend the funeral of a dead prostitute, let alone pay for it. All that is left of her proved that she had lived, and her name written on the ledge of her Luxembourg cemetery. A lighter and me. Pulling out the lighter from my jacket, I can't stop myself from looking and flicking it to open a flame and to run my thumb over her name. Eleanor. Oh God. All in all, it isn't much, but it's something. It'll be wrong for me not to make something of myself when she would have given everything to make sure I can become anything I want to be.
Feels like I'm stuck in a nightmare right now.
Yup.
What I would give to have you here by my side, Mother dear. To see you smiling at me, alive and as beautiful as ever. I'm afraid I'm starting to forget what your face looks like. I've already forgotten the shade of your hair.
Eleanor Chandler was a wonderful woman, though not everyone would have agreed. Not everyone has seen past her occupation, past her vice and her illness. All they saw was a poor woman who sold her body to make ends meet, and had a bastard son because of it. They didn't see the mother who worked so hard to put food on the table for me. The woman who gave and give and give to me while expecting nothing in return. She taught me the merits of hard work, but though I love her so, I work hard for myself. I would not be so foolish, so selfless towards people who would never give back. I learned that from the father who plucked me out of the orphanage for his own selfish gain. I pocket a lighter before I can feel the urge to actually set anything ablaze. Considering my close proximity to flowers, they would be the most likely victim of arson. Just the thought itself is blasphemous. Nevertheless, that doesn't save them from being picked, just enough to make a bouquet of the things in honor of Eleanor.
Would you be proud of me if you saw me now, Mother? Maybe. You're always so forgiving. No matter what trouble I got into, more than I deserved. Especially now.
It's been a while since I talked to my mother like this. I've been thinking of both my dear parents far too much. I'm so late. When I shouldn't. I have a future to look forward to in the present to take care of. These memories of the past give me nothing but grief. The life of Lucille Mitchell Chandler should have been nothing but a footnote in Luke Wright's non-existent autobiography. It's because of Hannah, isn't it? I worry that she's too much like mother. It scares me. And the thought that I'm turning into my father is even more so. And even if history is to repeat itself, I'm not a child anymore. Content to sit aside, unable to do anything to help, and too inexperienced to think that the worst wouldn't happen. I have money to buy the best medicine and doctor if needed be. She'll get better. She has to. And once we get over this little bump in the road, I can stop worrying. I'll be right with the world. Unfortunately, my time alone is cut short though.
I think those flowers look beautiful, my lord. The parlor, the room where the lady stays for her tea, it could certainly use some.
The voice is not familiar, and though I'm not really want to remember such things. What the hell? What's going on here? She looks like the girl I was dead. Going with the attire, I will say she's one of the housekeepers. Strange, considering I sent all my staff by Johanna's away. And her face, as pretty as it is unfamiliar to me. It'll be a lie if I say it didn't set me on edge. Most would say I care for little for my employees. That is entirely untrue. However, I like to think I know the people who work for me, especially those who would rule my house, even if it's just a face and a name. Besides, I remember a beauty such as her. Who is this? Is she someone impersonating a house staff member to get in? She's doing a bad job of it.
Didn't you get the memo? Are you new? Today is a day off. You aren't supposed to be here.
I expect poor excuse and apologize like her often give, but she merely smiles.
Oh, no. I've been a servant here since you first came.
And I see no sign of lying nor hear it. What the? In her words, yet they can't be true. Wait, that pendant. Is that Yoshiko? We'll find out. But I find myself that I feel like I can relax. She has that sort of smile that makes one's kindness shine through without words or action. It reaches her eyes, filling them with a strange sort of mirth, as she just the thought of something very funny. Perhaps, had it been any other person, I would have been interpreted as a deceitful grin. But the curl of her lips and the shine of her eyes is too soft to hold any malice. She takes my silence as a sign she can continue. It's not like I feel any urgency to stop her. I'm not really in the mood for company, but I'm not adverse to it at the moment either. Entertaining a beauty like her, even for a little while, wouldn't hurt. It helps that she proves easy to listen to, despite how oddly she speaks.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I shouldn't have bothered you. Look at me, talking to the master of the house without even asking for permission. What will the others think? If you'll excuse me, I'll just...
I haven't driven you away yet, have I?
Oh no, don't cheat on her. Don't cheat on Hannah, come on.
And it's your day off. I don't see why we can't chat a bit.
Of course. If that is what you wish. As long as it does not get you into trouble with
with the lady. To even take time for someone as lowly as me. No wonder that everyone under the mansion's employ is so fond of you. Though it should have no longer been a surprise to me. You have always been such a kind and loving lord.
I have to stop myself from calling her out at this shite. It's almost she's talking about an entirely different man. No matter how big my ego sets, I know for a fact I'm hardly in the running for Best Boss of the Year award. The only reason that most of my staff stays is because of decent compensation. I'm not cheap. But if she wants to lay it on thick, I'll allow it. Who wouldn't want a beautiful woman accompanying them?
I'm sure she'll be fine with this. We are just talking after all. Unless you had other things on your mind when you approached me.
The words leave my mouth before I can even realize what I said. I panic a bit. Though I can get away with picking up women out in the city, sometimes even out in the country. I've always taken care not to do so in my home or my business. Not until when it's easy for Hannah to find out about my infidelity through these channels. Though seriously, I still don't see the big deal is about this. What? I just have an itch I need to scratch.
I know it must be amusing to see a girl flustered for a man of your stature. But please don't say such things, my lord. I saw you alone and simply thought you could use some company.
Thankfully, I do count my lucky stars. You see the woman take as a joke rather than the casual pass it was intended to be.
So how are you liking your work around the mansion? The place is wonderful, but I imagine the upkeep is ungodly with all the rooms and whatnot. I don't even want to think about how many people are on the staff roster.
Work is work, my lord. It is a way of living, a purpose from day to day. It is certainly far better than doing nothing or having no food to eat. The house itself is also beautiful. There's no lack of things to look at. I'm sure you've seen those books in the study. I can't read any of them yet, but if given the chance, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be thinking of those things. Especially when the rains, they might bring more work to us soon. It will definitely be much more difficult when it returns. Idling about is the least I should be doing.
I guess you can put it that way if you want to be brutally honest about the whole thing. And the rain shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully. Maybe.
A little dreary, at least she doesn't beat around the bush. I like the honesty. Many would demote their status as a household staff, as a janitor works on menial role and believe themselves to be far greater things. And I would not begrudge the idea that one kid always get better. But one shouldn't be so discontented with what they have either.
The rain is something I simply must get accustomed to, if I am to live here. I've not spent long in this place after all. But I have been told that it has rained in this nation since a mother's time, and their mother's time. There is little we can do about it. I am just glad to have time in the sun, even for a short while.
Isn't that the truth? Really, these sunny days have been welcome, though I can't imagine they'll last for long. Sometimes I just want to pack my things and leave for somewhere like, say, the Bahamas or whatnot. Get some sun and surf.
But certainly, you will return for us, won't you? This is your home, after all. Your people, they won't be pleased if the master of the house leaves.
Of course, I can't very well leave my businesses hanging here, can I? I just wish I could actually trust people enough to go on vacation without taking work with me. I've also got to get back here if I ever want proper meals. A proper pudding is something you'll never find out there.
There were lots of understanding, and I must say she makes a fine listening ear. Though what she say next gave me the pause, whether she meant for me to hear or not.
And good tea. From what the cook has been telling me, I've yet learned how to prepare one. Perhaps once I do, it would endear the lady of the house to me. I never expected her to be so unkind after what she did for me.
Oh shit, now I know she's bad news.
Though it's only if one catches her in a foul mood. I wish I knew how to avoid her anger.
I highly doubt she means Hannah. That woman really has a mean bone in her body. And when she does actually is nasty towards someone else, it's usually deserving enough. Much like that woman, Rochelle woman. Hell, she even tolerates Harvey for me. Even if she did admit that she doesn't quite like the man. She must mean the hit housemaid, right? I have to laugh at that. Not that I'm rude to speak. I don't deal with her myself any more though than Johannes has a few choice words about the hit hag. She's just been under the right employee. When she's also the head of the housemaid for my father. If anyone not going to get along with someone, it'll be that crouchy old woman. I didn't even remember her name, but the woman had been this strict. Upstart bitch who took one look at me. Oh my god. Her master's bastard son and turned her nose up, as if she were better by merely consequences of birth. Oh my, maybe I should stop like soon. Alright, I am sick, so that is, she absolutely loathed my very existence. Perhaps the rumors have been true. She had a miscarriage while bearing another one of the dearest father's children, and she saw me as an obstacle to get to her being granted a better standing in life. I remember that much at least. The only reason they hadn't sacked her yet is because her competence. Also because working out of my household makes her absolutely miserable. Her reputation made impossible by her pride.
Nobody really gets along with that woman. I think everyone just tolerates her because of how old she is. I mean, not to be rude or awful or anything, but she's at the age where she'll be pushing daisies soon enough.
Is she? Really, my lord? I'm sure the lady is much younger than that.
I think the thought of tormenting the young and beautiful gives her reason to live.
It does seem that way, though I feel sorry for her. One's life should not be wasted away on hatred and anger. It is never good for the heart or the head to always carry ill thoughts. But at the least, you are here for us. We are certainly so lucky to have a lord like you. The lady even more so.
Alright, so I'm expecting that he is a different time zone. And they were talking about, that's right, they were talking about the lady of the house in the past life. And somehow, he got teleported in the past time zone, or time life. Yeah, all this makes sense, right? This is the only way.
The gods smiled down on her. Though, if I may be honest, she is to be envied.
Even when I have my suspicions about her, she's just so easy to talk with that I've forgotten. I don't even know who she is, and she's actually the one of the house staff. That would explain why she would so easily give the obvious wrong statement about my character. Though, if she's here for malicious reasons, she would have done more than do small talk with me by now, wouldn't she? I have so many questions. Perhaps curiosity will kill this cat.
It's strange that I've never seen you before. What's your name?
You do not remember?
Oh shit.
I don't believe you've mentioned it, or am I missing something?
You still cannot comprehend it, can you, my lord?
Oh shit. Her answer chips away the good mood I'm starting to get into. I have every right to be angry at the cryptic response. She threatened insubordination with her very presence alone. But instead of hurling Vitra at the woman, I take a deep breath. I do not want my blood ruined further than it already is. Not right now when I let my temper take its course another time.
Whatever your name is, and no matter how long you've been working for us, that does not change the fact that you shouldn't be here. I'll call you a cab to bring you to the city if you want.
Shouldn't I? What if I do not wish to leave?
Oh, great. Yep, that's right.
I merely desire to stay by your side and serve. Is that such a deplorable thing?
Alright, let's see if there's a QTE moment. I'm such a wuss. Oh, there you go. Yes, there is. Let's go, Luke. Her gaze sends chill down my spine. It's too easy to see the devotion, the obsession in her eyes. Not the good source either, as her scrutiny makes me feel like I'm laid bare. The offness of her presence is all more palpable, with the feeling of bugs crawling on my skin, and the silence that makes it seem as if the world has stopped. Any friend and spirit we might have had going for us is completely forgotten. Danger, a smart part in the back of my screams. The part has kept me alive all these years. In hindsight, I'll be stupid not to take the heat for it. I've grown arrogant, complacent, and content to hide behind the wealth and power.
Yes, it's a deplorable thing, as you said, because I'd like to be alone now. Thank you very much. If you didn't want the day off, you should have reported to your superior. This is utterly unprofessional of you, and I shall be issuing complaints. In fact, if you know it's good for you, you should start looking for another employer.
Oh shit. So my thread, the smile on her turns tight.
I see. It escapes you still. This is unfortunate. How despairing that this misery must go on. But maybe, if you come with me, I can help you. I can...
When she reaches out for me, I recoil with a hiss.
How dare you lay your filthy hands on me without my permission? I am not going anywhere with you. Now step back and walk away before I have you forcibly removed.
I wonder if what happens if I had a bad relationship with Hannah. Will he take her hand? Oh, great. Yep. There you go. As the switch has a flip, the woman's expression turns horrific. Though that may very well be the understatement of the century. She herself turns horrific. Her presence suffocating, bearing down on me. I'm rooted on the spot, though no fault of my own as my fear paralysis.
You are too much like that vile woman. Poisoned by her rotten influence and her filthy words. But that can be remedied now that you're here. Oh, how we have waited to welcome you home. Come, my lord. The house beckons.
When her finger grasped the back of my coat, I finally found it in me to break out to a run. Okay, cool. I still feel her eyes on me as I run back to the house, but I refuse to acknowledge it, though I don't look back. All I need is to get away from her to make sure she stays away. If that means acting a coward and seek out the company to keep me safe, nobody can tell me to do otherwise. Bravery isn't something to be lauded with if it comes to along with stupidity. It must have been a sight to see the usually composed and reserved Luke Wright bursting through the doors. Not much of an audience unless there are other staff members who chosen to be disregarding my words for them to leave. Really, I still doubt that woman is one of the staff. Mustering out the courage, I look back through the windows and see if she's followed me. She is gone. But I don't take any chances, putting as much distance as I can between us. Okay, this is a good time to stop. I'm gonna stop here because I think I'm losing my speech. I mean, really. So let's see. Holy crap! So this is picking up where we left Ashton. I think a little bit more over here. I think somewhere. Yeah. Then we finally get to the end. There's gonna be only one ending. So let's make use most of it. Tell you the truth, guys, I'm a little like lost. Like recently, I think I lost my drive to doing these things. I just know what it is. Maybe I need to take a break or something. But every time I think like you guys, like people should be watching this, I was like, I gotta do this. But I don't know. I have to figure out what's going on. So, and until next time, I'll see you guys later, right? And peace out.